next person on our agenda is Dr. Patricia Smyre, who's the City of Lexington DEI officer. Welcome.
Thank you. I have the distinct honor and privilege to introduce a clip, a short segment of a very powerful time of sharing. Part of my diversity, equity, inclusion strategic plan was to interview our council. We had a big change in our council, and it's so important for you as a community to hear their voice, their words, their understanding of the importance and the significance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., civil rights, and the National Day of Racial Healing. And so, as I said, this is just a short clipping. We will have their messages in its entirety at a later date on our website, but I do want you to take time to enjoy your leaders.
Greetings. I am Dr. Patricia Smyre, the DEI officer for the City of Lexington, North Carolina. I am so excited today to share with you that we're getting ready to hear from our city council as well as our mayor, referencing the importance of values, their experience, their journeys on Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the National Day of Racial Healing. It is so important to understand that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. made one statement that always rings to me. Injustice for one is injustice for all.
Dr. Martin Luther King, the first word that comes to my mind is strength. The other one is love, and the third one is dedication and commitment. I think the precedence that he set for us as people is one that shows those four things that's all in the one. We go all in it, and with love, we tend to treat each other with compassion. We tend to treat each other with equity. We tend to treat each other with inclusion and justice. So when I think of Martin Luther King, I look at those things as, this powerful conglomerate of things that help us as a people to get along on this place called Earth.
Yeah, when I think of MLK, Martin Luther King, and the impact he had on our society here as well as internationally, one of the most pivotal moments in my life related to Martin Luther King was when I went on a field trip up to Washington, D.C. with a 6th grade class and went to the MLK Memorial.
Okay.
And just seeing from a mountain of despair comes a stone pope.
Yes.
That monument was so impactful to me.
Wow, we have had such great interviews today, hearing life journeys, stories, history, and now we are privileged to have our very own and only, currently, City Council female, and that is Councilor Whitney Brooks. We're glad to have you here today.
Delighted to be here today.
Awesome. So listen, share with us about what does Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s
so important to me because I came along at a time in the '60s where we had integration, where we had going into the back of the buildings to get food. As a matter of fact, this city hall, this particular building where the conference room is now currently, when I was a boy, I actually went in the back where, when that was a barbecue stand, actually bought food in the back that I would take to people. Integration healing requires us to examine our history. And if we don't examine our history, we're gonna continue to live in the past.
Growing up, some may know, some may not know, I grew, not only did I grow up in a diverse environment, I grew up in a diverse family. And so Martin Luther King was put kind of on a pedestal because we went through some things that maybe everybody didn't. I was born in Lexington. I lived in Lexington until I was in the 5th grade, and we moved to Atlanta, Georgia. We primarily moved to Atlanta, Georgia, because my mom thought that our family situation would be a little bit more comfortable down there.